Mazars wrote a letter that apparently was dated February 9th. We know this because, we should be clear here, the New York State AG is pursuing civil charges against the Trump Inc. The Manhattan DA, however, is looking at potential criminal charges around, I believe, a lot of the same issues. And that being that the Trump organization lied in pursuit of loans. So in other words, they suggested that the value of things that they were loaning against were higher than they were. That's fraud. The firm, Mazars, said in a letter it could no longer stand behind the annual statements that it's been producing for the Trump organization. They cut ties with him, with Donald Trump and the family business last week. It could no longer stand behind a decade of annual financial statements it prepared for the Trump organization. The letter apparently was from February 9th. This is important dates, just keep in mind for a moment. February 9th, that would have been about a week ago, yesterday, right? Or a week ago to tomorrow, I should say. And it was filed yesterday. The letter instructed the Trump organization to essentially retract the documents known as Statements of Financial Condition from 2011 to 2020. In the letter, Mazars noted that the firm had not as a whole found material discrepancies between the information in the Trump organization provided and the actual value of Trump assets. But given what it called the totality of circumstances, which included Mazars' own investigation, the letter directed the Trump organization to notify anyone who received the statements they should no longer rely on them.
That is such specific parse language. I mean, it is like really an attempt to split hairs, but also come out looking clean.
I mean, I'm not sure I fully follow what the distinction is here.
I think that's purposeful.
But it could be a way, I mean, it could be a way of them saying, well, we didn't find material discrepancies between the information that you provided and the actual value of the assets, but there was a lot of stuff going on that made this stuff shaky. It's unclear, like they're trying to cover their A's as well.
The idea that they have just realized that Trump's finances might be a little off it stretches credulity. I mean, they see something coming with this Tish James case. Now,
here's the, and maybe the subsequent Manhattan DA case, which I imagine is involved in similar questions. We should also note that last week we were talking about throughout the entire week the seeming turn that the Republican Party, or at least elements of it, made in regard to Trump. You had Pence over the weekend, a weekend ago.
Whispers back there.
Coming out and saying Trump was wrong about January 6th. You had Mitch McConnell. You had folks like Brian Kilmeade. It's almost as if there was sort of like some type of whispering, like, the accounting firm is running for the hills. Could be Johnny Ballgame. I don't know. This is complete conjecture on my part. It's just quite a coincidence that, and you know, let's be clear, an accounting firm doesn't like just figure this stuff out on Tuesday and then write the letter on Wednesday. Right? I mean, the accounting firm, the buildup to this letter, and to be clear, they've already gone in front of a grand jury, Mazars, as far as I know, at least with for the city. And I imagine they've been in conversations with the state AG's office. I imagine there was probably some type of negotiation around maybe what the letters would say. And it's possible that none of this got out. It's possible that no one from the accounting firm side talked to anybody. But it's also possible that it did, and that information sort of trickled through the Republican establishment, and they decided now's a good time to cut our losses.
Yeah, well, after they bled them dry with fees, and right, I mean, like that's how you know it's the last possible moment, is because they made a lot of money off Trump, but now like this is the time where it tips over, and we have to look like we aren't as shady as we are, most likely.
I wonder if like Ivanka's going like, well, do we get the money back? Like, how come we paid you for all these?
I have the receipt. That's not what that is.
No.